As the MC stated, my name is Angel Dye, and I will be reciting an original spoken word piece entitled Stories. I will have stories to tell my children, stories too immaculate, too life-changing, too true to have fashioned on my own. I'll tell them I was born in the don't go chasing waterfalls, I don't want no scrub, the boy is mine. Say my name era, but now that's long gone. I'll tell them all, this is all that, and do were my favorites to watch on TV. I'll tell them that gigapets and Tamagotchis were what we raised before the rise in teenage pregnancy. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll tell them that my mom forgot my 15th birthday because her childhood idol, Michael Jackson, died a day before. I'll tell them that we were so excited when we found out Beyonce was preggers, you would have thought the baby was ours. I'll tell them I remember President Clinton and not worrying about auction Senate seats or the right to marry if you're gay. I'll tell them how I watched music transform from your love is a 1 in a million to I'm about to hit the club and dance like a, which is wrong on so many levels. I'll tell them how science and universal law became truth and made us young Christians look like rebels. I'll tell them that try as I might have, I could not keep up with the Kardashians. I'll tell them how I watched MTV, VH1, BET, and most cable networks become reality TV trash cans. I'll tell them about that November night back in 2008 when I was just a starry-eyed little freshman, and how I stayed up all night with my mom in a single-bed motel room to watch our country's first black president get elected. I'll tell them how we fought a war that I never really understood for nearly 10 years in the Middle East, but how there was no clear winner because you can't kill hundreds of thousands of innocent people and expect to gain peace. I'll tell them how Facebook replaced faces in books, MySpace invaded MySpace, Twitter turned me into an early bird, and then I realized I was not defined by a social network. I'll tell them how my generation tried to pacify its need for love and face-to-face time with text messages and FaceTime. I'll tell them we could update our profiles but didn't know the backstory behind why we showed our behinds, sagging our pants and low-riding our jeans as a cool disguise. I'll tell them it became easy to drown out my thoughts with iPods and MP3s, easy to distract myself from reality by swinging Wii controllers and running to see every movie in 3D. I'll tell them how we all wanted to be Team iPhone or Team BlackBerry, but didn't even realize how violent depictions, drug infestation, and lack of education began to let rich black culture get buried. I'll tell them I wanted to occupy all streets because our economy was too depressed for a bailout. I'll tell them that justice couldn't even be found in a ballot box because they Troy Davis'd our right to free speech even when they heard us yell out. I'll tell them how I cringed at fads like planking, because what those trend followers did not know was that during the Middle Passage, it was my slave ancestors who had no choice but to lay there in their own waste while they were forcibly taken. I'll tell them that beauty was a hot commodity and how if you were a Rihanna, Beyonce, Gaga, or Barbie, you pretty much found it. Yes, I will have so many stories to tell my children that they might get tired of hearing them, but you have to know where you came from to know where you're going, so they might as well get used to it. See, it was my pastor who told me how he witnessed the civil rights movement in the South. It was my mother who told me how she watched her mother struggle to feed 8 little mouths. And it will be me telling my children how I saw so much throughout my lifetime, but how I took the good with the bad and made my own unforgettable story out of it. Thank you.